The drums are beating, and Stuart Marshall is nodding his head ferociously. Happy. Everyone's happy. It's Thursday. Mr. B, tomorrow is Friday. How are you feeling?
I just want Friday to come. I'm not looking forward to the football at the weekend, but I just want I want Friday to come so I can weekend starts.
Have you had a good week, Mr. B?
Yeah, 4-day week. I'm not gonna moan. If I can get, I mean, look, all right, I'm gonna get 4 days pay, but it's nice having a line and be able to, have a late night Sunday drink, knowing that it's not gonna affect my work on a bloody Monday. So yeah, it's been fine.
And you get paid weekly, I imagine. I get paid monthly. So
tomorrow, no, I get paid every 4 weeks.
All right. So I get paid tomorrow, and I've been looking forward to this day for a long time. I've actually my yellow light and my petrol light has come on 2 days ago. I don't know how. I've just been scraping it to work and back. So I guarantee tomorrow when I go to the petrol station, I'm probably going to break down. But yeah, it's been a tough month. Not just for me, but for Man United. But not for, when I look at the review of the month, we always reflect at the end of the month. We look the highlights, the lows, and all that kind of thing. But I know what Stuart's highlight would be because you were at the game. And I'm calling it the game because it was just a magic experience.
Excuse me, I'm still recovering, boys. Seriously, it gets harder every year. The older you get, the driving and everything else, it's just And when we was 4-2 down, I thought, what the hell am I doing? Seriously, Mrs. is like, I told you. But then we turned it around, didn't we?
Is it true that your friend said, "Let's walk, let's go"?
No, I said that 4-2 down. Soon as Leon got their fourth goal, I turned and said, "Come on, David, let's get out of it. Let's go." He said, "No, come on, something's going to happen." I was like, "Mate, let's go." And he held me back.
Yeah.
And then Bruno made it 4-3. I was just like that. Nothing more, nothing less. Then as soon as we equalised, he said, "I told you, we're going to win this." And then it happened. Crazy. I mean, I've witnessed some mad nights at Old Trafford over the years, but Europa League, League Cup, whatever, that 6 minutes down, 3 goals was just crazy, and I've never experienced sound like it when Maguire's goal went in.
Oh, it was really like razor.
Yeah, but it was unbelievable. It was up there with remember Scholes' winner against Barcelona in 2008.
Yeah. Were you there?
I was at that game, but wow. the sound the other night just surpassed that by a long way. It was ridiculous.
Amazing.
But we needed it, didn't we? We needed it. Yeah.
I think that's the highlight. I mean, for the last few months, we needed some sort of glory, but we're back to the grind against Atletico Bilbao coming up soon as well. And I want to talk about that first coming up because I've been looking into Bilbao recently, and I'm a bit like gulping with a bit of shookness. But first of all, I want to say greetings to our very own Overhead Kick TV. It's Canny. How you doing, Canny? You see skinny teeth, you happy?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm doing great. How's everybody doing today?
We're good.
Yeah.
All the better for seeing you.
Yeah, good having you, Stuart. I think it's the first time I've jumped in and you're there. So
how you doing? You good?
It's a pleasure. Looking forward. Yeah, I am. Just came in when you guys are talking about the beautiful day with against Leon.
I mean,
I'll tell you.
Tell us.
I'll tell you a funny story about that. My girlfriend experienced that Manu effect for the first time. In real time. The last minute thrilling match where it takes you through all the emotions and then boom, gives you that. Exactly. So she's really, really now a staunch Man United. I can tell you that, guys. I've done a great job.
Yeah. Well, thank Harry Maguire for that. Yeah. And they say, I mean, I know a lot of people say scoring a goal is better than making love, or they say
100%.
Yeah, or watching the team. Or watching the team, or watching a result like that. Because sometimes, I think it's a participation thing. If I'm watching a game, my girlfriend will always try to sit with me and watch the game with me. She won't say, I'm watching the game again. She won't spoil it for me. She'll get involved. And I think it's always better that way, isn't it? Because you can enjoy the celebrations together and then, it makes it a better evening.
Yeah, mine doesn't. She just goes upstairs and lets me get on with it. Shuts the door and watches her stuff.
Yeah, that's
Any
But
tips
she's-
used to be, Caddy, how to sort of what do you guys do with your partners? I mean, do you incorporate them in, because this takes up a lot of our time?
no. I'm with her 24 hours a day. Give me that hour and 45 minutes on my own. No.
But
And
Caddy's
for me,
made it
I'm impressed with her because she's become, every time there's a United game, she's there because we can pour a glass of wine and then throw in a little wager to make it interesting. So so now she was out with some work friends after work, and then one of the friends' boyfriend was like a Manchester fan, and she started spilling out the names and like stole the show because no one expected that. She's talking about Garnacho's, talking about Ahmad's injury, and the guys at work were like, "How do you know all these things?" And she came home buzzing. She's like, "You'll be proud of me. You should have seen what I did."
That's the trick. That's the trick to get them involved. Because the thing is, I mean, I don't know how many relationships have broken down, but if you're a moody Man United fan and you're getting these results and you're getting hell from your mates and from work, the missus is going to feel it as well, isn't she? I mean, if she doesn't understand what's going on, she's going to, well, why are you always so miserable? Or why, when they say I've got a headache, your head is full up with Man United issues and you can't do the business, or whatever.
Yeah, but I don't even get asked anymore. She goes, "Did you lose again? How much was it by today?"
Oh dear. All right, let's say hello to everyone in the comments. Now everyone is settled. I'm Titanium. This little giveaway. How you doing, bro? He said, big up the guy on the left side of the thumbnail, Stuart. Yes, it is Stuart. You've been accused of being Ten Hag, and who else have they accused you of being?
I get it all, mate. Right said Fred. I get bloody what's his name? The fella who used to do the Crystal Maze, Richard O'Brien. Oh, I get it all. I've had Bruce Willis. I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
It's Die Hard. It's Bruce Willis. It's Die Hard. You know, I was so shocked to find that Bruce Willis had a album, a song or something.
Yeah, Under the Broadwalk. The Drifters. Yeah,
great song. Absolute great song.
Yeah, he didn't butcher it either. He done a good.
It was a good
Bruce
job,
Willis sang a song.
Yeah, he sang Under the Boardwalk by
what, in the charts song?
It was in the charts when it was the big time when he was doing his moonwalk. Was it Moonlighting? Sorry,
Moonlighting.
Yeah. He sang a song.
Yeah, he got that. It was a Drifters song, Under the Boardwalk.
I know the song. I just didn't know that.
We're showing our age now.
What the hell is going on with these people, man?
Yeah. Do you ever get recognised or mistaken for someone, Mr. B, someone famous? Has anyone ever said,
No, not a fuck, mate. No chance of that. No
chance
of that.
Oh man, I get them a lot.
Can we guess who Caddy might get mistaken?
Yeah, try your best. There's a comic. I'll start giving
Dave
you.
Chappelle.
Yeah, I get a lot of
Really?
Dave Chappelle. Yeah, Dave Chappelle and Martin Lawrence. But then again, sometimes it's when I'm bald. So when I cut my hair bald and I've got the rough shave, that's a Dave Chappelle straight. But when I'm going around with my hats and everything, I get these random Martin Lawrence. Oh, you look like Martin Lawrence. You look like Martin Lawrence. Like, man. Sometimes it's just being in Sweden, like, oh well, I guess I'm the closest thing to Martin Lawrence that you have. But you're the only black dude in the village.
Yeah. Well, at least, I mean, that's a good compliment. I mean, at least it's not someone like R. Kelly or who's not bad press. All right, let's go to the chat. Let's see what people are saying. We've got Dave Allen. He's welcome back, Dave Allen. He's saying here, love the cartoon. It's awesome. I don't know if you've seen the thumbnails. We've kind of changed up now. Always AI stuff. It's quite funny. Hey guys, glad to be back after a long break from social media. Welcome back, Dave. I mean,
maybe not the best. Maybe you should have took the break until after the final. To be fair,
Have any of you guys ever taken a break from social media, and why?
Man United. That's it.
Yeah.
Would you say you're addicted to social media, guys? Do you have to look at your social media?
Yeah, I mean, I think the worst one's Instagram. I think.
Yeah, because you just
Uh,
touch it and just scroll for hours,
Yeah,
don't you?
you do. You just scroll through, don't you? But I mean, I need social media for my work, so that's my excuse.
Me too. I feel
Annie,
as
what's
though
yours?
my friends, I take breaks, especially from Instagram. I can go, a week sometimes without like posting anything or like interact or opening it at all.
Yeah.
But Facebook is a problem for me because then I have my colleagues, Messenger is active. So that is usually difficult for me to get away from. Then I'll miss a lot of things that's happening. Be like, you didn't see in the group chat. Then I'm forced, Messenger and Facebook are kind of synonymous. So it becomes a little harder for me with that one. Yeah.
We've got We Deserve Better in the house. Andrew's here as well. I hope you guys are well. Sub Bids in the house. Bart is back, a serious fan. How you doing, Bart? He's saying here, Europa League is ours with a Tottenham final, says Dave. Regarding Leon, he says, this is Bart saying, all things said and done, the net worth of Leon's squad is lesser than Southampton's.
Yeah, that means nothing, man. It's not. I said I am confident. I've been confident, man. Now it's getting closer. I'm not.
All right, let's talk about that. But just go through anyone else in the house. We've got Aces as well saying Bilbao will destroy United. I think saying comfortably there. Can we talk about this game because obviously it's a biggie. Is it next week, next Thursday? Because I know Arsenal play
Yeah,
on
next
Tuesday.
Thursday. Yeah.
All right, so
1st of May.
Thursday. Let me just say this. I've looked at the league table. I've had it up earlier. This is in Spain. I wasn't sure. I didn't know much how they were getting on, but they've conceded 26 goals in the amount of games they played. They're very shrewd. Scored 50 goals. Conceded 26, which is really low. So this tells you something about Bilbao, that they are kind of like tight asses and concentrate on having a solid defense and foundation like that. Is that going to cause us issues? Let's start with you, Mr. Bede. What do you know?
A team defensively, but we don't score goals anyway, to be honest. So whether they've got a good defense or not, I'm not sure. Yeah, Europa, we have been better in Europa, but I think with us having maybe a striker down, it's going to hinder us, and I think maybe it's going to come back to bite our ass. We're all here dreaming that Højlund's leaving present to us is a goal in the final. Man, I'll take a goal in the semi-final from him. I'll take a goal in training from him if they can film it so that we can see proof of it happening. But I think defensively, I think I'm happy with what. All right, we conceded 4 against Newcastle, so maybe it's not all rosy in the garden, but we've got a chance. We do have a chance. I see Spain as 2 teams, Real Madrid and Barcelona.
Right.
But maybe that's because when we was in the Champions League, these are the teams that you think are going to be the ones to fear. And then obviously we've lost to Sevilla. They've dropped off a cliff. Sociedad, obviously we did in the round before. I don't know what they've got. 2 players. Nico Williams and they've got one
brother Inaki. And then I think their striker with 15 goals is Ohihan Sunset or something like that.
I mean, are we really supposed to be scared of Atletico? I know we're not great. I get it. But should we be scared of Atletico?
All right. Let me just put this to you. I've got the table up here. They're currently sitting comfortably in 4th place. I don't know.
4th?
Fourth place in the Premier League. In their La Liga, sorry. You've got Barcelona at the top with 76 points. Real Madrid with 72 points, so they're fighting out for the title. Then with 66 points below that, it's Atletico Madrid. Now, Atletico Madrid, you know how shrewd they are as a defensive team. They've conceded 27. The Athletic Club have only conceded 26. That is officially the lowest in the league. So you have to really give them a lot of respect. This team don't play. They're very shrewd, aren't they? They're not really giving much away. So I think that's for me. When I was reading that and we're looking at today, I think that's a bit of a worry, a bit of concern. They've got 12 draws in the amount of games they played, which is 33, I think, so far. So obviously, they're not battering teams so much. But out of 33 games, 12 draws, 16 wins, and only 5 defeats in La Liga. Now, whatever you say about La Liga, about two-team league or whatever, they are actually punching above their weight right now. That tells you a lot about them. But in a cup competition, obviously, it's different. Do you think it's going to be like 1-by-1 goal here or there? It's going to be kind of tight over the two legs. And is it better, Canny, that we go to their ground first?
Yeah, I think so. But looking at their stats, and we're talking about this the other day with the guys, they are going to be a problem for us based on the fact that we kind of struggle with teams that play really low, like it's a low block that really play from deep, and because we lack creativity, sometimes we only rely on Bruno to come up with something individual performances, maybe from Garnacho here and there. Teams that don't come at us with attack, we fail to actually sort of like pick them apart. And that's going to be very difficult for us. So it would be nice to start in Spain so that we can use the Old Trafford momentum once again to our advantage and try and see off the final leg. But I see it as a less scoring goal. I see us maybe even conceding one. And I see a 1-1 draw. Maybe I'm sure we're gonna go to the predictions later. But like I feel as it won't be an electrifying game considering how they play. They seem to have maintained a very steady position in the Liga. I have tons of respect for La Liga because there's a lot of expressiveness and talent there. So for them to have conceded less goals in such a league is something that we should be worried about.
Okay, so Iron Hayden was saying here, bad memories of the last time we played Bilbao in Europa. Stuart, you must know about this. What happened? And our record in Spain is really poor. So obviously, go next Thursday night. We're not going to make predictions. We're going to do a prediction preview show prior to the game, but we're just touching on it now, building it up because it's massive. Game of the season. This is everything. All our eggs in one basket. What do you know about the last time we played Bilbao? And what do you know about Bilbao, Stuart Marshall?
Absolutely nothing. It's one of those, I can't remember the last time we played them, to be honest.
All right.
Was it? I think it's when they had Ander Herrera playing for them, wasn't it?
Well, we played in pre-season, didn't we?
Yeah, we played them in friendly, but yeah.
But
last time we played them, I think was when Herrera played for them in Champions League. But
right.
But I think they're going to be a tougher test than Lyon. I know we only won by the odd goal, but I think they're going to be a tougher test than Lyon, to be honest. But like you said, they're tight asses. They don't concede many goals, but they don't score many goals.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a tough game. Another 1 goal in, I reckon. Either way.
Who's their manager? Anyone know who's managing Bilbao? I don't even know this.
I haven't got a clue.
No idea. This was research. Didn't know you was going to ask us that. This is research you would have done for next week.
What do you guys think about? I mean, because Bilbao, being successful for them is quite difficult because they got the rule, haven't they? They only play players that came from the Basque region, which is like Real Sociedad, Athletic Bilbao. The Basque region is like northern Spain. If you come out of there, it's like being a Cockney with Stuart Marshall. He's just, saying, I'm not a Cockney, I'm an Essex boy. The Cockney means you have to be able to hear the Bow Bells, is that right?
That's it, that's the one.
Yeah. So this is really, I think it's really amazing that a team can only have players from a certain region and just say, right, that's all we can do. Let's just play like that. But then saying that, I know Real Sociedad have had foreign players in. Obviously, the Newcastle striker will play for them, and obviously we know a few players, and John Toshak managed them as well. But Canny, what do you think about this? Because do you remember when Celtic won the European Cup in '67? It was all players from like a few miles around Glasgow. So isn't that refreshing?
But I know I'm bold by like 67. Jesus.
Even I don't remember that.
Come on, it's history, guys.
Oh, you put me on the spotlight here. Oh no, I'll call on my backup, Mr. B. You got my back on that
one. Uncle B.
Exactly.
Don't get me involved in this troublemaking.
You're bullying me at the playground, you know.
Oh boy.
No. Sorry. But I don't know. Can you rephrase the question? I just lost.
So obviously, with Bilbao, they tend to. Well, it is a rule for them. They only have players from the Basque region. So they can't just sign anybody. You have to have players that have grown up in that region of Spain. And that's how they so being successful, it's very difficult because a lot of clubs rely on transfers and recruitment like that, but they only have players from that local area. And now they're sort of doing really well, being fourth in the league. And I think for most fans, you get more pride from that, don't you? Because you're kind of restricted compared to other clubs, so they're kind of punching, aren't they?
It's a double-edged sword. I feel as though in some strange way it has helped them because they are who they are as a team. I respect it's Atletico Bilbao, but I feel as though it has also costed them a lot of. They could have probably benefited from maybe a foreign player that could have given them the edge to maybe achieve more even in Europe or even in La Liga and being more dominant, like we see clubs like Real Madrid and Barcelona, because it's foreign players that actually spark up, minus the La Masia, core crop that Barcelona usually sometimes keep. They always try to infuse a little bit of Brazilian spice there, Portuguese, to just give them that edge. And I feel as though Atletico are doing themselves a disservice to that. It's a good rule if they say the majority, but to have the entirety of the squad come from one region, I think they're kind of limiting what they can achieve as a team. And I don't want that for any club either.
So what about, guys, what do you think about the fans' expectations, though? I mean, this must be one of the greatest seasons for them, being in the semi-final of a major competition. The expectations can't be that high when you're restricted like that. So I think this is great it's going to be a hostile environment. And remember, the final is being played at Bilbao.
Yeah, if it doesn't give them any more inspiration in the semi-final, you know what I mean? They're playing in Man United. They have us as a scalp. And
we're going to win. I'll put my house on it. We're going to win. We're going to win.
Okay.
We've got too much to lose. We really have.
Yeah, but can they handle the pressure though? You've seen what this team is. I mean, in finals, don't get me wrong, we don't tend to get there and lose, especially recently. But at the same time,
I'm just sorry, Mr. B. I'm just praying that Ahmad's back for the second leg. I think the first leg's going to be too early for him, but I think if we're like 2-1 down or 1-0 down, I think Ahmad's he's back on the grass training now.
Yeah.
But he's nowhere near match fit. But I'm just praying he's back.
Okay, so let's go through a few comments about this. We're just discussing. Don't forget, guys, the actual real preview will be next week. Closer to Thursday. So Bart saying here, I can see Xabi Alonso managing Bilbao someday in the midterm future. He would play for Sociedad, didn't he, Xabi Alonso? We always have a tough time against Spanish teams, says POTUS. By the way, POTUS is he's based in Canada, I think, and Messi is Miami team's playing there tonight or over the next few days. So yeah, Messi's in town. Big up POTUS. Atletico Bilbao will be narrow and compact, says we deserve better. They will deny us space and control and counter. Big up to Benny saying here, the main thing that Amorim goes on about and the reason we struggle in the league is pace and power. His formation obviously relies on it, and Spanish sides are usually weak in that department. Glory, Man United. So where every cloud has a silver lining, there you go. Bart saying here, Anders Herrera ran the show then too. I think scored using a set piece that night versus United. So Bart, the Liverpool fan, is giving us information about the last time we played them. Ernesto Valverde, is it?
That's the manager.
Manager. Okay, thank you, guys. And Bart saying here, Bilbao have not been relegated from the first division in over a century. Wow. Do you guys know who the longest teams in the top flight division? I know we got relegated.
Spain?
No, in Premier League or the
Everton and Arsenal, isn't it?
Yeah, good shout. Surprised with Everton. That's amazing. Aaron Titanium saying born and brought up in the Basque region. That's the specification. Stephanie saying United we basking in glory in the semi-final win. Nice play and words there, Stephanie. Thank you. And I want to say hi to Rio. Rio, you're welcome.
Rio.
Text me, Rio, and we'll get you on because I understand from Vincent that you're ready to go. He's saying here they have tried to be more flexible and now look into players' ancestors to try to get around the rule as well. Okay, fair enough. Bit like Argentine players with Italian passports or grandparents, that sort of thing. Okay, all right. Last one is Bart saying Bilbao allow foreign managers to coach their team. San Paulo, Bielsa, prominent examples, and then as you can see there, Valverde is a Catalan, also managed them recently as well. All right, let's get back to more present day things. Mr. B, I think when we were sort of researching the show, we touched on a lot of stuff yesterday. But is there anything exciting going on the rumor mill, the transfer rumor mill?
Obviously, you know that the whole world's gone Cunha mad. This is typical. People need to remember this news came out after we lost. Come on, man. I know we're all excited, and I know there's a lot of creaming going on, but we need to be sensible. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say it's not going to be done. We're hearing from tier one that certain things have been done, and it's moving. But until I don't even want to hear "here we go." I want to see him in the shirt. That's a lie. If they say "here we go," then I probably will get excited. but I just want clarity. Let's see how quick these deals can be done. United are like they normally take 8 weeks. We beginning of the window, we're gonna get them, and then the last hour, we sign them. So I hope it's a change this year. I hope that it's done. Come June the 1st, he's our player. Buy the players in first, and then get rid of the ones that they already know they're going to be going. They would have sorted out their business. They would have sorted that stuff out. It's not going to be a surprise to them. So, get them in and get them out. But I just think he would be I think he would make such a difference to our team. The rumor is though, obviously, a couple of maybe 3 weeks ago, Garnacho's Garnacho put his house up for sale. Now, what was said at the time was that he's downgrading his house because obviously he had his mum and his dad over, and obviously with his wife and his child, obviously, and they've now gone back to Argentina. And that was the thing at the time, but it's now obviously Ornstein now has said, these people, how they word their wording. He said that there's a high possibility that Garnacho will be leaving in the summer. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say to you I'm unhappy with that, because I'm not. I'm over the moon if that's the decision that is going to be made. We don't need cover for him. We don't need that. So Cunha coming in and him going out, if that's a deal that can be done, however way it works, I think it benefits us. Cunha will come in for 62. He'll go out for 50-ish. But it's all profit, isn't it, from his side of it? So him going out probably gets us 2 players in. Long term, it might come back to bite us in the arse when we've got those fees to pay, and we ain't got a pot to piss in. But if that's the deal and that's how it looks like it's going to be gone, then I have no problem with that at all.
Are you not a Garnacho fan, then, Mr. B?
No, I'm not.
Really?
No, I don't care about the scoring. The scoring part of it is it's the assisting part of the game. It's playing with your head up.
It's the end product. The end product's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, in that position, I just think you need to be a lot cuter and a lot more aware of your surroundings than he has. And it's a key position. We've got 2 of them. Bruno, we have no problem doing it, but he's now played in a deeper role, so balance-wise, I am looking at some sort of balance, but I just feel that him coming in, he's levels above Garnacho in what he does. You've seen him play the last couple of years, so that's a 100% upgrade.
Okay, discuss. Kenny, I ain't heard from you, but are you disappointed by this from what you're hearing? And what do you hear? Any you must hear, because where you're based, I wonder if you hear the same news that we hear a lot of the time as well. So, what are your thoughts on all this? With Garnacho possibly wanting to leave, the house sell, Cunha, what do you think of him as a player? I haven't heard your take on everything.
Yeah, I really like Cunha. I think he's playing in the position that we need, which is left hand. That's the position that we are currently in need of, with right or left hand, but somebody who's a natural 10. So I felt like it was a positive for us to get Cunha over Mbeumo, because Mbeumo was more like more like a Rashford, a wide winger, right? And then to try and have him play as in the more central 10 would have been like creating future problems for me. So I was leaning towards Cunha from the beginning because it's his natural position. And I'm a bit disappointed with the Garnacho news. I'm actually very disappointed with Man United fans, the way we treat, like, I don't understand why Garnacho has to leave. And some of the treatment that has gone and criticism towards a kid like Garnacho, who was given a lot for this club, actually, a lot of games that he was not supposed to play. He came in because of injuries. The players that were deemed senior players were not performing at that time. He was forced into playing so many games. And for a 20-year-old, he did try his best. And now is the time where like a shoulder arm around him should be put. We should direct him. He plays better when he's playing on the right-sided 10. I don't see why he can't come off the bench. We've seen him play well as an impact sub. So there's a huge disloyalty in the United fan base. That's so disappointing, to be honest, when it comes to players. Why are we selling a teenager that's already is adapted to the league? He's already what are we creating extra problems? Amorim is supposed to be a coach that can drill these things into players. That's what we got, a coach, not a manager. So I feel as though Garnacho has been a different player since Rashford left. I think he's been listening a lot to Amorim. I see him passing a lot. I see him trying to adjust these new things that are coming into his game. He's a young kid. He plays a total different game when he's on the right-sided of that 10. So I'd have loved to see him and Cunha as 2 10s going forward. So it's for me, I'm really disappointed in the news that Garnacho might leave.
All right, I'm going to stir the pot because Mr. B, did you hear that? And Stuart, and there's guys in the comments who are saying, get him out. I want to say a big up to Rio, because Rio's saying here, look at this. Garnacho leaving, excellent. Dave Allen saying, I heard 8 players will leave in the end of the season. Cunha is perfect for this ruddy system, says we deserve better. How you doing? We deserve better. He's been compared to Yamal today. Almost crashed my car when I heard that, says Rio. Talking about Garnacho. We got Stephanie Griffith saying here, Garnacho is a creator, mainly for himself, only must do better. So she's sort of on the fence. We should be going in for the real Onana, that's the big midfielder from Villa. That's from POTUS. Garnacho for life. He's way better than Mr. B thinks and Stuart thinks he is. So there's your argument. Most Cammy, Andrew Williams are saying Garnacho is being overlooked here. Cammy, you said something that sort of rang bells with me when you said that about the United fan base switching on players very easily. He's a teenager, for God's sake, he's saying. He's only going to get better. He's proven in the Premiership now. What about his overhead kick? All these things. I'm in your side of the camp with this one, and I'd like to have a little sort of 2-on-2 with as a tag team. But just tag me in for a minute, Cammy, because I'm just going to have a go at these guys.
Go on.
Okay, so guys, look. Garnacho, you saying you want him gone and all this kind of thing. And I just think to myself, wait a minute. This guy's come through our ranks. All right, he does nothing but try hard. At least he's trying to do something. He's the only one in the current side who's driving at people, dribbling at people, and it's just the final product. At least we know what the problem is. If he sorts that out, he could be getting like double figures, and he will probably get double figures for the team he goes to move to. I just don't understand why. Is it because you don't like him as a player, or is it because you're thinking you can get value for money out of him, and that will get players that you want to come in who are ready to made, like Mr. B said? Because I'm supporting Garnacho. I think he should stay.
100%. I love Garnacho. I've followed him since he was 13, 14 through the ranks. I knew he was going to make it. But look, at the end of the day, the whole team's been shite this season. Apart from a few individuals, Ahmad in spells, Bruno lately. But Garnacho is a talented player. Yeah, he's frustrating, his end product, his finishing. But look, we're all bloody human beings, you know what I mean? It will come with him. If it don't come with us, it would be like Anthony. It would be like Mason Greenwood. It would be like McTominay. He'll go to another club and absolutely smash it.
Yeah. Another club in Europe or a Premier League club?
No, I don't think. I think he'll end up somewhere like Atletico Madrid, somewhere like that.
Which is perfect for his game. I mean, you did bring up Anthony, to be fair, and look, let's be honest. Anthony stamped the place out for us. His attitude was fine. You know, he always wanted to play. He just wasn't picked. He's gone to Spain. He's scoring right foot volleys, for God's sake. Now, you know, this is now the level of Anthony. I think after I'm said it may be the league that he has to go to. I don't see Garnacho's finishing improving. I just don't see it. I look at when Rashford came in, Rashford improved all the time until obviously latter day now where obviously he is what he is. But I get players improve, and he has improved. He has improved. On the right hand side, he's a much better player, but I still look at his decision making up until the last game he played. You know, all right, don't get me wrong, the crosses that he put in, you know, he probably should have had 2 assists in that game. Bruno missed one. Hoyland, as usual.
The assist for the first goal for Ugarte, that was class.
Yeah, I said he can do it.
But he has been doing a lot of them lately, and then there's no one in the box. But is that the striker's fault? I don't know.
No, I don't think it's never necessarily Garnacho's fault. But what it does show when a lot of those balls are fizzing across the goal, whoever's doing it, is you're not playing with your head up. You know, if you just get the ball and whack it across the ball and there's nobody in there, at what stage of play did you scan to look and see who's in the box? Do you need to hold up the ball and bring it back into the center of the box and whipping it across? So there's a lot of things that I just think as an amateur footballer, I try and incorporate in my game. I get my son to incorporate in his game, but it doesn't seem like he, as a professional footballer, is incorporating. I'm not better than Ghana. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it from an overview. You look at somebody else in the same position, and it'll be a different outcome in that specific movement. Either the pass is going to make the player, or the player's going to. So I said he's not the worst player in our team. He's by far not the best. I understand, you know, there's people in chat saying he's the only, he doesn't hide, he's direct. I get that, but replace him with somebody who would just as direct, who's got the experience, and that's more getting somebody. We can't afford to be. Not saying we can't afford. Go on.
If I'm Ruben Amorim, I'm telling the board, I'm telling everyone, Alejandro Garnacho leaves over my dead body. This club, look, you could go on all night, but in the next 5-6 years, we're going to have a new stadium. We've always been a club who goes through the youth policy, brings up the kids. We've got so many 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds coming through. Cobby, Garnacho and Cobby are still kids, but Garnacho's been on the scene for like 4 or 5 years. You know, like I said, keep going back about we're all human beings. He's what is he, 20, 21 years old?
20
years old. You've got to give these players a chance. They're in the shittiest Man United team that I've known in my 49 years on this earth. There's fans out there expecting that Ruben Amorim's going to come in. United are going to win the league. They're going to win this. They're going to do that. You know, you've got to wake up these fans. We can't win everything all the time. You know, myself, Mr. B, Yabba, we're lucky. We grew up watching, you know, Premiership, trebles, doubles, all this thing. And it is hard. It's very, very, very hard at the moment, what we're going through, especially with this season. But it's everyone. You know, I'm the worst. I'm always slating players, but I don't do it anymore. You've got to get on the players' backs. And that atmosphere the other night, that just summed up Man United to a T. That it's like they sucked that winning goal in the back of the net. The whole stadium, after that equaliser, the stadium went mental. And it's so refreshing. We'll get there again one day, but you've got to get off the players' backs. Really got to do it. Says me used to slate Harry Maguire.
just to balance the argument, I've got a stat here. You're not going to like this. I want you to respond to this, Canny, because you obviously you're backing the guy. Alexander Garnacho, 29.3% of his dribbles. He's got 29.3% success rate in the Premier League for his dribbles, and that's the worst in the Premier League of players that have attempted 60 or more dribbles. How do you read that sort of data? And also, question here from We Deserve Better: is Garnacho thriving in this system as well? Because these are sort of things we do need to consider. Last one here. I know there's a lot of hate going on. But Rio saying here, Amorim doesn't care. He did the exact same thing Sporting, removed players, old and young, who simply didn't fit his system. It's nothing personal. Can
Yeah, okay, that sounds like it's a really bad. But if you look at it uh, from the games he's played off the right, according to like in, and also just going back to that stat, Garnacho has done a lot of moving from wing to wing, playing positions that he's not even usually his best positions. And he has actually thrived more when he's on the right side in terms of completing passing into the box and all that. So for me, I feel as though that stat can be a little bit harsh on a player who's is the stat considering just when he's on the left wing on the overall performance because
overall.
our team hasn't been the best. So I'm sure almost all our stats should be down there, you know, in terms of everything. So we cannot just pinpoint a young player and say he's been worse at it when he has more contributions in towards of like transitioning to into attack. He's been on attack, our only attack outlet for several times. It literally just tells you how bad the whole squad has been, the whole team. But to just isolate him and pinpoint him out would be unfair.
His XG is appalling this season too. Says it was better.
That I totally agree. He's been very poor. He hasn't scored a goal in so long. I totally understand. I mean, I'm not saying he's a perfect complete player. That's what we are saying. These are the things where we're saying that there's room for improvement in him, but we can see this type of improvement. To answer, we deserve better and add this question to this whole conversation is that is he thriving in this system? In the beginning, he wasn't thriving quite all right. But when Amorim decided to move him to the right-handed side of that attacking 10, he's a better player and he's more impactful. And I think he's had more assists when he's playing from there. So I don't know. I don't see why he cannot develop more into something. We all see the potential in him. He's only 20 years old. So given putting him around players that have a better quality. If you bring in a Cunha, we bring in another person. The more we improve the team, he can only get better because then he has the momentum to thrive and continue it. But as a United, as a team, we've been going 2 steps forward and go back 5 steps. We have not had the proper consistent run of even 3 games in a row winning in a long time, and that's very detriment for development of youth players. So it's about putting him around players that can do that. You see how Casemiro has this effect towards midfielders, young midfielders, even Kobe, even just other players. But if we add in a few players in the attack force, for instance, look, Garnacho was supposed to be supplying balls to Rasmus Højlund. That's our striker, who this young player should be playing with, and he should be giving these balls. Who cannot even hold on to the ball, you know, back against the ball. He can't do that. He can't even shoot. The other game he went with what one shot in how many? So you see the type of material he has to work with. It's so it would be unfair to just isolate him amongst the lot.
Okay, divided opinion at Mr. B with Garnacho. I mean, has anyone changed your mind, or are you still sort of adamant?
No, but what it has done is we're talking about players not producing. Does that mean -9 goals as well? Because the position he plays, he's not doing his job.
Yeah.
Garnacho's not doing his job, but people would rather keep Garnacho over -9. Is that what is that a favoritism thing? Because Garnacho's not producing. Let's be honest, he's not producing in his position. You know, are we waiting another year? This is the part that, you know, obviously everybody has their favorites. Everybody has the players that they like, and there's traits in players that they don't like. But I don't think he's producing for the amount of possession that he has and the areas that he has possession in. Let's be honest. His strike rate is 1 in 15, 1 in 16. You know, maybe it's gone up now. You know, he scored the worldie. I get it, great goal, but that's not. the goal itself was exceptional, but his strike rate is not exceptional. I just think that we
But
could get better. That's all.
Mr. B, like I think those why I disagree is that there were a few statistics that came up a few months ago about Garnacho doing at his age, around his age, the amount of numbers he was bringing in were in almost in comparison to these other kids, like the just slightly below the Lamine Yamals, the Musialas at his age. We were saying this, you know. So I feel as though to say he's not producing anything would be very unfair, because if we can do even the numbers, the goals he has, if you compare them to those of the other players of his age, you see him thriving up now. I think he was even the highest performing youngster for a while. All these superstars we know, the Musialas, his stats were higher in Europe for his age. So it's difficult to say that he's not producing when he's outshining other players that we are here praising. The only difference for me is that those players are being praised because they are around a good, solid backbone around the squads that they have, and we're not doing any better. And we're just looking for a scapegoat.
Just to jump in there, guys, we were talking about social media at the start of the show, and I know, like, when I'm scrolling through on Instagram and all these things, you get these little shorts where players are asked, pick your best five-a-side team, best right foot, best left foot, best striker, best finisher. Have you seen these little shorts? Have you seen the one with Euro?
Yeah.
Euro, guess who Euro said had the best left foot? -9. I couldn't believe it. And they showed a little when he said that, he showed a clip of him scoring a goal with his left foot, the dink, I think it was. And I was thinking, wow, he's really backing Haaland there, or Rasmus. Mr. B calls -9 on this show.
-9.
Yeah.
Did -9? Did he just miss a shot on his favorite foot not so long? What game was that? That came directly to his left foot.
Every game.
Yeah, exactly.
Every there you go. Every game.
Take your pick. You know. Right, good. All right, guys. There's 25 watching right now. Make sure you press the like button for us. We're talking all things Man United and a bit of freestyle as well. If there's any questions you want to ask the panel, we've got Mr. B, experienced manager in amateur football, who's going to get promoted this year. You've got the goal-scoring sensation of amateur football, that our very own Stuart Marshall, who's actually goes to every single home game for Man United, travels all the way up.
Not every.
Oh, well, most of them. I'm saying every. Don't spoil it. And we've got Cammy as well, who's well respected.
Tier Z journalist aspiring.
You can tell it to me.
Tier Z.
Any questions for the guys on the panel? Just throwing them out there, guys. And just put a big Q, capital Q, so I know it's a question for the panel. Anyone got anything to ask? Before we do, just talk about Marcus Rashford, because I'm just looking at the rumour mill.
Do we have to?
Yes, we do, unfortunately. He's the biggest talking point at this club. Marcus Rashford feels the door is not completely closed on returning to Man United and fighting for his place. Rashford believes he could have a future at Old Trafford despite the situation this season, having spent the whole of his career at his boyhood club. Rashford has ruled out a move to London and wants to play for a Champions League club. Rashford believes he is unlikely to play for Man United again under Ruben Amorim, but he does not want to rush into making a decision on the future. As it stands, Amorim does not want Marcus Rashford back at United. Tottenham would be interested in signing Rashford this summer if Aston Villa decide against making its loan move from Man United permanent.
Tottenham.
Yeah. I mean, Dave Allen, just for a second, Dave Allen's quickly just said, bye-bye, Rashford, go and write your children's books. I think that's the feel of the whole club. But just quickly, there's a question here that I was going to start with. Thank you, guys. Thank you, We Deserve Better, who looks like he's doing a rock climbing thing, indoor rock climbing, which is really hard. Question for Canny and Stuart. What does a successful season look like next season? So, Cammy and Stuart, fire away.
Right, successful season next season is firstly get rid of that clowning goal. That's the start of the success. But now going on to you got to look at top four. But am I being what's the word I'm looking for? You've got to look at top four. You've got to look at Champions League football at the moment. Is top four
Sorry?
possible? Depending on the who we get in the summer, is top four possible next season?
Not a chance.
This is Man United, Mr. B. You know what I mean?
Stuart.
So what are you going to say? Successful season is top 10 and winning the League Cup.
Sure. I understand. Okay, successful. Maybe I misinterpreted the question and it's not what we wish for. Successful would be top four. I classified that as 100% success. Sorry, I think I misfigured the question. Yeah, that is 100% a success.
Yeah. Are we going to get top four?
Okay.
Probably not. I'm
right.
a realist.
That's more.
Before we continue with the question, Bath Time always says this now. He says he named about 8 teams who are currently in the Premiership, from Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, Bournemouth, and obviously the big boys, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, who we have to battle against to become above them. So is it realistic, Cammy, a successful season would be getting above these teams who are clearly better than us right now? What's your ideal for a successful season next season?
I would say if we have a top striker, I'm disappointed about the failure of Osimhen. I hope it's not so. If we have a top striker up front, a bagsman, and Cunha, I would say, because some of the games that we lost, we just lacked goals. We lacked that killer instinct, and we could have easily gathered up an extra 10 points, an extra 12 points from some of the games that we lost. That would have brought us where? 7th, somewhere there, 8th,
Okay.
Exactly. So already, that's why I am with Stuart. For me, I feel as though we are more than capable of finishing in the top 6. That would be successful for me. I know it sounds ridiculous, Mr. B, but like we've sat here and failed to score in a number of games. That was the only thing we were lacking, which was like the front three. We've had plenty of shows here, Mr. B, where we said if only we had somebody that could put the ball at the back. Oh, we did this to ourselves. We've lost this game because we just couldn't score a goal. How can we? And when you look at in previous seasons, like let's say the Eric Ten Hag season, not this one he got sacked, the one where we couldn't stop scoring, but we just couldn't let stop people from scoring us. It was like the opposite. We had a bad defense and we couldn't stop letting goals in. But now I feel more confident with our backline a little bit with the type of the profile players that we have in. Of course, not sure. I'm not putting any hope in Luke Shaw. Listen, before his name is brought up. But like with the Lenny Yoro, I like the Matthias Delic signing, Mazarawi signing, solid. If we can have Martinez back, I'm starting to get a little bit weird, but I still have the faith that I hope he's not like injury prone, because his injuries have taken a bit. 2 of them have been very lengthy ones. So I'm slowly creeping into like getting scared if we should maybe cash in quick and bring in somebody. But I still have hope in him. So those, plus your Ahmad as a left wing back, and then this side we have the Dogu and this kid Diego Leon from those 2 can battle it out there. So I'm okay with that. The only thing that we need is to now secure a Casemiro replacement, because his legs are. It's time we kind of like bring in somebody to usher him out. Once we sort out that, a midfielder, a 10, and a striker, for me, I feel like we're good. We can
That's a lot of players, Cammy.
What about
It's 3 players. It's 3 players.
Okay.
It's 3 players. Midfield, a 10, and a striker. That's it.
And
then
and we're happy. So you're not. So Onana, you're good to keep Onana in.
I feel as though it would be too much to ask these guys for players like for in one transfer window. It would be too much. Ineos won't do it. They're cheap Charlies. They're not going to spend on a goalkeeper. That would be like if we can buy those 3 players in the positions we really need, especially the front line, then surplus we can get a little bit of like, let's look at the goalkeeper replacement.
Do those 3 players those 3 players improve our league standard by 13 places?
by 13 places.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Why not? Because we lacked goals. It's only 10. We're 10 points away from what? From 8th.
From
So
relegation.
if we are, no,
So positive, Mr. B.
it's
Yeah,
not me. It's not positive at all.
No,
Right,
I just
go on, Mr. B. Go on.
sorry. I'm trying to be positive here, man. I can't. I'm sorry.
It's hard.
No,
It's hard,
because
isn't it?
Mr.
All
B,
right, so,
when you look at it,
Mr.
when you
B,
look,
realistically, what for you is realistic success next season?
8th.
8th, okay.
No
So it's climbing up.
way.
8th. Yeah, I don't.
It's a few more
I think 8th is the best we're gonna. Let's look.
Mr. B.
We
Mr.
can't
B,
score. We can't score for shit.
Look, you heard it here first. Next season, we are doing some sort of treble.
3 defeats in a row. Just add, because Stephanie Griffith's saying here, to get top 4, we need to have 70 plus points. We haven't even reached 40 points yet, which is normally the barrier for relegation.
I know, but that's
70
10
plus
wins.
goals,
Right, 10
and
wins.
realistically, is that going to happen? So
No.
you talk about the jump. I mean, you guys at the bottom there, Stuart and Canny, we talk about the jump it takes. Oh, we just need 3 players, and then is that the jump we're going to get? 70 plus points, 70 plus goals. Realistically, is that going to happen, or are we just dreaming, guys?
No, I think realistically it can happen. If we do get a world class striker, I know it's not just we need several. We need several positions bolstered. We obviously my priority is a striker and a keeper. That is my 2 priorities of the summer. But if we can get this sorted out in the summer, the problem is it's all these bloody pre-season friendlies in the States, and it's just all a joke. He needs plenty of time. Hopefully, when he gets into over to the USA with this squad, and hopefully Cunha will come in before the end of the season, or the deal will be done by the end of the season. As long as we get 2 or 3 players before that USA tour starts, even I think next season, realistically, we can get top 6 and maybe win a cup.
Wow.
You got to be realistic. You got to be a realist.
All right, guys. There's other questions coming in. Just this goes to Mr. B and Stuart. Remember, Dave Allen made some mugs for us, the fantastic merchandise mugs. Do we still have? I've got mine.
I got Rashford on my one, innit? Great. Oh man.
Who did I get? Casemiro, I think.
How do Harry
Mr.
Maguire?
I've swapped you.
Look,
I'll trade you that one.
We laughed at your one. You getting Maguire. Look, he's gonna outlast all of the ones that me and everybody else got. What a joke.
I thought you would have thrown your mug against the wall and smashed it up or something by now.
No. I wouldn't. Yeah, there's been times when there's more than hot chocolate that's gone in there, to be fair. You know, but yes, it's what it is, isn't it?
Any more questions, guys? Keep them coming. If not, we're just going to go through a few comments quickly. Next season, we need 4th, says Dave. Adam Wharton, I saw an interview about him today. Would be perfect with me, and I think I want him in Liverpool. That's from Sydney. We've got 6 away from 20 likes. Thank you, guys. Really nice. Brazilian summer, says Jale, says we're going Brazilian in the summer. We heavily linked with Edison. Is that the Atalanta?
Yeah.
I don't know much about him, but there's a lot of talk about him, isn't there?
Who's that?
Hey, just quickly. Has anyone else heard the rumours about Ramsdale coming to United in the summer?
Yeah. What do you think?
Is that all about?
He's a good goalkeeper.
He is, but come on.
Look, we're here sitting here cutting our current goalkeeper, and you don't want to take Ramsdale.
I would,
because
to be honest,
he's
Gabba, yes. Right here, right now, I would take Aaron Ramsdale over Onana.
Would you?
All right, no, not that. But who's a better goalkeeper, Alan Ramsdale or Onana? Just simple.
Well, it's gonna be
Who's
Ramsdale can catch. I'm a better goalie than Onana. I can catch.
Yeah.
Forget
So
about
you think
falling on the
Ramsdale's
floor.
a better goalkeeper than Onana?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think.
Oh, right. I'd say no. I don't think he is.
Yeah, I do.
I don't think he is actually.
All right, let's
I know
move the teams around. Sorry, tag team again. Let me just
exactly.
Yeah.
Come on, listen. I don't
again.
feel.
I
I know Onana has had a lot of holidays that made blunders, but okay, Ramsdale, no.
And he's been relegated so much.
No.
My thing is Arsenal got rid of him. My thing with Ramsdale is Arsenal told him to get lost,
That's
and
why you
now
don't
we're
want
going.
him.
Yeah, come on, man.
I'd go for Pickford personally.
I would pick Pickford. Yeah, I'd go for Pickford over Onana.
Mr. B,
Definitely.
come on.
Yeah.
I don't listen. I don't know who I would want, but I
No.
don't want Onana.
No.
So right now, I'll take anybody over Onana, which
Does
probably
anyone know
is a
about this?
positive.
Is it Diogo Costa from the Porto keeper? I've heard a lot of rumours about him lately.
He's
How
highly
much is he gonna cost?
Ooh, probably 30, 35 mil.
35, 30. About 35, 38 mil somewhere there.
All I know is he's a very, very good shot stopper, but I think Onana's quite a good shot stopper. He pulled up a couple of worldies against Leo last week. But it's just his distribution, and when he gets the ball and he takes half hour to get rid of the ball, it's so frustrating.
I thought it was the other way around.
What you mean? He fell the right way last week, yeah?
I thought his kick distribution was his strong point and his shot stop was maybe his poor point. What do you call him? Poppadom arms, Mr.
Poppadom hands, yeah.
You know what?
I was calling him worse than that.
Whenever somebody says shortstopper, I go straight to the hair, and my heart aches.
Oh,
you know, like my heart really aches. You know, like
Danny DeVito. Sorry, I was just reading the comment.
No worries. No worries. Yeah, so my heart goes to the hair, and I just what a huge mistake. What?
Yeah.
And sir, Canny.
Yes.
Do you forget how shit David De Gea was the season that we let him go? He cost us
Mr. B. No, Mr. B, do not blow it out of. You're blowing out of proportion. David De Gea made 3. No, he made maybe 3 to 4 mistakes in huge games. Quite right, huge games.
But
to say here, yes, but that happens in any, like Mazarawi just slept there. Mazarawi has been giving us steady Eddie performances since we signed him, but it happens. Are you forgetting? Exactly. Are you forgetting David De Gea saving us for 2-3 seasons in a row?
There's a lot of things you can do in your youth.
Mr. B, that's what I was saying, that we don't have loyalty. We need to have some sort of fan loyalty.
No, we don't have loyalty. They need to perform for us to keep loyal, bro. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, all of this loyalty business, you know, it's good to a certain, but we need to be ruthless, man. If these players aren't performing, then get them out.
What?
Give them their 2 years. And if Barada came in when he came in and said 2 years, you know, if they're not performing in the 2 years, get them out. Mount's lucky. He's been injured for 2 years. So we haven't seen him play. But the ones who have been playing and are lower than the level that the benchmark that United have should be gone.
You cannot diss David De Gea. He's
I'm not. Listen,
in my eyes, he's the third greatest goalkeeper in the club's history. There's no denying that. He had 10, 11 fantastic years at this club. He won the Sir Matt Busby Player of the Year 3 years on the trot. That says it all, Mr. B, doesn't it?
Yeah, because the defense was shit, and he was. I'm not denying that De Gea was a good goalie, a great goalkeeper, but there comes a time when you need to let go.
Yeah,
and I think we let go at the right time. It's just what we let go to go and get was a big mistake.
Yeah, you're right there.
But
you know what I mean? He was great. As I said, I'm not disrespecting De Gea, but as I said, age waits for no one. Yeah, some people can hide it a little bit longer. Some people might look like Benjamin Button when they're getting older and older and older. But the bones and everything else the reflexes slow down and everything. I just didn't see him improving. Yeah, he's gone to Fiorentina. He's gone to Fiorentina and he's doing well. Fair enough.
Just quickly.
But is the Premier League as physical is Italian league as physical as the Premier League? Is he having to go up for crosses and stretching his back, and arcing his back? No, he's standing in front of him and diving left to right. You know what I mean? So I just think it's a different game.
So just quickly.
No, sorry. Oh, go ahead.
Quickly. Can I just to Richard on that comment? Obviously, everyone's got their own opinions, but Richard, who's apart from Schmeichel, Van der Sar, who was better than David De Gea? Don't say like Les Sealy or something like that. But yeah, that's all I want. That's all I want to know. Who's better? What apart from Schmeichel and Van der Sar, what keepers were better than?
No, David they weren't. They probably weren't.
Yeah,
should we still be playing Schmeichel now?
No, Mr. B, come on. You can't be. No, Mr. B. No, 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 no. You see, Mr. B, there's no way we can be doing that. Like the way you even describe
Baby.
the Italian league. You pretending as if like keepers in the Italian league don't reach up for balls like that. As if they're just going sideways. No,
All right, we've got a few. This is what I love about the show. We've got legends like Richard on the show, who's old enough to remember Harry Gregg and Alex Stepney, who obviously won in '68. So these keepers, I haven't seen enough of them to know, but they are legends of the club. But
Yeah, they are.
Let's not be fair. De Gea was a good keeper. He started a bit shaky in the Premier League, found his feet, and was Player of the Year a few years running, and did make spectacular saves. But I'm with Mr. B. I felt I was disappointed with him towards the end, and I wasn't disappointed when he left. And you remember, he left and didn't find a club for a whole year. What's that about? I just don't know. That speaks volumes for me. All right. Any more questions here? Or otherwise, I'm going to have to take the stupid questions. There's one stupid question there by talking about actors and asking, who is your favourite? What was it? Who's your favourite short actor?
Short actor. Danny has to be Danny DeVito for me. Used to love
Nah,
him.
man, that one in the arm. What's his name? Game of Thrones, man.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
And he's in X-Men as well, isn't he?
I like him.
Days of
Yeah,
Future
I like it.
Past. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
him.
it.
I
And
like
he's
him.
in Avengers Endgame, isn't he? The guy in Avengers Endgame when the dwarf when it creates the new axe thing. What do you call it? He's a
Axe.
giant dwarf.
Did you say he's a giant dwarf?
He's a giant dwarf. Yeah.
Is he in Adventures? What's his name?
So he's a normal sized person.
No, have you seen Endgame when Thor loses his hammer because it gets crushed by his sister?
By
and
Thanos.
The next Endgame, he forges a new
hammer
axe thing, and the guy who forged it for him is that actor you're talking about.
Oh right, I'll have to watch it. See, I watch films, man. I just, the exciting bits. I remember nothing about no midget forger. Sorry, no short person forging.
Before I go to Cabby, my favourite short actor is Scarface. He's only 5'2" or 3". Al Pacino. He's very.
Is he? Was he?
Yeah.
Al Pacino is 5'2".
He's
No.
5'2".
Someone look it up. How tall is Al Pacino, guys? Someone in the comments will look that up for us.
No way. I never knew that.
Cammy, are you a film buff? Who's your favourite short actor?
Favorite short actor? I would say Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci, yeah. Joe Pesci, yeah. Good shout. Good shout, Cameron.
Yeah.
Al Pacino's 168.
What's 168? That's probably up 5'2", 5'4", maybe.
Well, that means Joe Pesci must be on the floor because he's 163.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a good shout. What's your favorite Joe Pesci film and character?
Goodfellas.
Yeah, Goodfellas was really good. Goodfellas is good. Goodfellas is good. You can't take that away from
What a film that is.
What a film.
What a film.
Yeah. What about Casino? I like him in Casino.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get back to football questions. Sorry, go on, Kenny.
What came first? Because it's Goodfellas first and Casino, right?
First, yeah.
So, but it wasn't really So he actually did well in Casino as well, because to match up that performance in Goodfellas and continue with the Casino role, it was amazing. He was in a good run there.
Yeah. Most definitely. We've got Weezer Bet here saying, question: if United don't win Europa, oh God, dread to think. At which point we start to lose faith in Amorim next season if results go against him? Good question.
It'd be the same as under 10 Hag. They'll give him 4 or 5 games, and then I don't know. Who knows?
They have to. They're going to have to back him.
Oh, of course they are.
As opposed to the end of the season, but it could get untenable where it doesn't work. I mean, even if he wins Europa, we've been shit.
Yeah.
What it does do, I'm hoping winning it will move us up in regards of the amount of players and the level of players that he can buy. Because either way, we're going to need to buy a striker. We're going to need to buy a 10. We're going to need to buy maybe a right wing back, maybe another defender. Goalie will leave out of it. I'll say those players. Whether we qualify for Champions League or not, these are players that I feel that we would still need to buy. So just be the quality of the players. Maybe, if we was in the Champions League, we'd be going for the Osimhen instead of Delap. I understand why they're going for Delap, but the drop off is incredible. But you have to cut your cloth accordingly, and our cloth is shit. So they're going to spend a wedge of it on Cunha, which seems to be nobody knows what Man United's budget is, but we're broke. But they're going to go out and spend £62 million on a player, but we're broke. So I'm saying people need to. We're broke, 62 million, and we're broke.
They're saying he's got 200 million to spend. That's apparently he's got 200 million. That's without selling anybody.
So where does this money come from? We're broke.
Exactly.
This is the point that I'm trying to make. I would rather we tell people we're broke than we've got 250 million to spend, because don't worry, they're counting how much change we've got left after we bought Cunha. You know what I mean?
You've got to remember there's another 35 million what do you call it? Debt coming off again soon. What the Glazers
and plus the 90 that they owe on transfers. So where's this 200 million comes? That 200 million now suddenly becomes, if he's got that to spend, that then becomes 390 million. Where's this money coming from?
Yeah, exactly. Shirt sales.
Mr. B, add a 5 million to that, because obviously Chelsea is going to bring back, Mr. Freedom, the freedom fighter, and pay us 5 million.
I mean, even that. If this was a mistake made under the last regime, we would be losing our shit. They're going to send Jadon Sancho back to us.
Yeah.
He's been there all season, and you know what? He's so shit. They would rather give us 5 million and send him back than keep the 25 million. I mean, they're saving 20 million. You know what I mean? Bath Time was saying, it will affect their standing in the market. They don't care. But when you can buy your own women's team and buy your own hotel blatantly, do you think they care that they're going to be sending Jadon back and nobody's going to want it? They're still going to get all their deals. They're just going to be pricing. He's back. He's going to come
back. I'm just saying, look, it's like Rashford could come back, retribution, all right, and forgiveness. Sancho could come back and make Greenwood.
Here we go, Jesus.
Angel Gomez is that, and Paul Pogba. There's 5 guys there. 5 guys made name Mo. You got Paul Pogba. Imagine this: Paul Pogba, Angel Gomez, Rashford, Greenwood, and Sancho coming back into the club, and we welcome them with open arms because we
Greenwood. Yeah.
No, you would welcome them with open arms because that's what you do. You know what I mean?
I would go on a sabbatical.
You forget these people. Lord have mercy.
Take a
Greenwood is the only one I would take back out of all them players. Greenwood.
I'll take Greenwood and Angel Gomez maybe. Oh no, actually, I like Pogba. I like Pogba. I like Pogba.
What is this is your problem, bro? This is like a History Channel. Pogba is 107 years old now. You know that, right?
These players got more poison than a bloody snake. Sancho, Rashford. This is what I don't get. Sorry, just quickly, Marcus Rashford. I was having this debate with someone the other day. The bloke's a die-hard Man United fan, yet he was playing like what? How can someone who loves the club so much go on that pitch and 300-400 grand a week and play with a fucking frown down here and just not give a shit? I don't get it. Baffles me. Imagine one of us. Right, there's a pair of boots. There's United kit. There's number 7. You'll be on that pitch. You would be flying around all over the place, smiling on your face, wouldn't you?
They wouldn't even have to give me boots. I do it in sandals and socks. Maybe it's relative.
Exactly.
Do you think everything's relative? Look, Stuart, obviously, I don't know what you do for a living, but if you worked in a workplace that was
I'm a copper.
Consistently
CID.
Are we deleting this? I know you. I said you know what? I've forgotten what I asked you. I completely forgot what I asked you.
When I said I'm a copper, he's probably thinking, shit, fines. What fines have I not paid?
But just by the way, I just want to clarify, it was just a scenario. I'm not saying I want Greenwood back in the club. I'm just saying, imagine. These are 5 guys that have been rejected.
That would be. I think that would cause such chaos. I don't think yeah, that would cause chaos.
As much as V coming back to the channel, possibly. I'm saying, Sydney, are you V? I don't know what's going on here, but yeah, I mean, they're asking about Greenwood and all this kind of thing. Greenwood's gone on with his career now; he's getting on with his things, and we just have to forget about that episode with him. And it's just a bit, for me, it's just a bit of a disappointment because he was such a talent, and he messed it up by himself.
He is the Marseille fans are not taking to him.
There
was a big banner at the game the other night behind the goal. I can't remember exactly what it said, but basically saying Greenwood go. It was all in French, but
right.
I don't know.
I think he was left out of the squad, and then when he came back, bang the goal. Greenwood style. Exactly.
The banner actually read Greenwood and another player try harder. They wanted them
That's it. But the thing is, I don't follow any other teams apart from the local team and United, obviously. But I do watch the highlights of the Marseille games. So I still love Mason Greenwood. He's a natural born footballer. He's a class player, better than Rashford ever was or ever will be. And he's playing with a smile on his face. He's scoring goals. He's creating goals. And every time Marseille get the ball in that final third, they're looking for Greenwood all the time because they know he's a quality player. Absolutely gutted when he left. I know, we won't go into the personal, all the shit that happened, but yeah, I was gutted when Greenwood left. Absolutely gutted.
Yeah. I want him to get sold. I want Marseille to sell him so we get some money again. 25%.
That's it. Yeah, okay.
And I think that's minimum. It might well be a little bit more than that.
Can we just talk about Pogba, please? Because he's 30. I think he's quite young. 31, maybe.
31. He just turned 31.
I mean, come on. What's wrong with getting Pogba? I know it's not going to happen, but he's a talented player. I mean, surely.
It was just all the circus when Lingard was there. You had Lingard, Pogba, Rashford. They're all doing this stuff on Instagram all the time. It's just media. It's just
question you asked about. Is Pogba one of the best midfielders in world football in the last 15, 20 years?
No way.
Who did you say? Pogba?
The guy who won the World Cup.
He could have been, but I don't think so.
All right.
But I think it's unfair to say that he could have been or couldn't have been. He should be in the conversation. That guy scored at the World Cup final.
Exactly.
What are we saying here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make you one of the best players in the world, though, does it? Come on.
But it puts you in the conversation. It puts you in a conversation. Yeah. It does put you in a very huge conversation because you put yourself in the conversation. Because if we look at who was the people that were performing there, it was Kante from Chelsea. We had De Bruyne, and who else at the time? If we look at the Premier League, Pogba himself, and then Arsenal weren't doing so good in the midfield because I think during that time they didn't have Odegaard and Partey in them. So we're talking top 4 in the Prem, and he was giving us numbers. Isn't that the one he scored maybe 14 goals for us coming from midfield?
4 assists in one game against Newcastle, was it? One of the teams. Won us a Europa League. Playing for us. I mean, I think this is what I get disappointed with. He's a quality player. Every player you talk to rates Pogba. Neymar loves Pogba. Thinks he's a fantastic player. I just think that there you go. Pogba was world class at one point. Really top player, and we do miss someone like that right now.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, he's gone off the boil, and people don't like him anymore. And what was it? Was it performance enhancing drugs, or was it recreational drugs that he got done for?
Performance enhancing.
Performance.
And that's the point. I mean, I understand. You've got to understand what he got done for. I get things go into you. You're a sportsman. You're a professional sportsman. You make sure that whatever. I mean, if he had said his brother spiked his food, I would have rather more believed that because there was bunglings with the brother. But for these people to say they don't know how it got in their body. Don't tell me that. What, they inject up his body when he was sleeping? Do you know what I mean? These are things that I don't understand. I
Okay.
know everything I eat every morning. I know everything that I inhale every hour of the day. So for you to say, oh, you don't know, I think it's a lie. I think
Uncle
it's
B,
bullshit.
Mr. B, I'm gonna answer you that question. There's a player, former Arsenal player. What's his name? Is it Traore or something? Tall, very black, very dark,
Diaby.
almost like Diaby, I think. Diaby also got banned in order. But what happened to him is that he went to a bakery and bought a bun, and then you know those toppings. I don't know those seeds that they put on some buns. They
What,
have
marijuana?
they have a exactly. They had no, let me finish. This is true
Go
story.
ahead,
You're
go ahead,
refusing
go ahead.
it. Exactly. They had some sort of something in them that that can come out as as a substance that you're using in the tests. You should see it. This is written here.
Who
It
are we
says
talking
it.
about? Which player are we talking about here?
It's Traore or something. I think Traore,
Was he
very
what?
tall.
What position was he?
I think midfielder, defensive midfielder or something like that.
What
Very
position?
tall.
Well,
I
anyway,
will
go on.
I'll
But
check exactly. So they went to a baker and bought these buns, and then those toppings, that's what he ate, and then he was doped, and then they came out. So when they did tests, they tested the buns themselves, the seedlings of those things, and they
yeah,
found that he was actually right. So some of these foods, you cannot know everything. You go out with your kids, you're having a good time, Mr. B. Your
you're
kids,
gonna
how
tell
many
me
times?
the
No,
seed
Mr. B, how
on the
many times
bun,
does it? I'm not saying yes, and this is true. You should
Cammy,
look it up.
brother. The seed
But
on the
Mr.
bun
B,
made him fail a drug test.
absolutely. But Mr. B, where do you think these like you think there's no some sort of chemical like or enzyme in there that will produce your that when it reacts with what you have in your and then yes,
Like
this
when
is
you take weed,
medicine
like when
we're
you take
talking
weed
about.
and coke, the weed reacts with the coke. Yeah,
I'm not that really good
Cammy,
on,
come on,
on
bro.
that front.
I know
No,
you don't
but
know that. You don't know
Mr.
the,
B,
but I'm just saying.
Mr. B,
I
I'm
don't
putting it
understand.
for me. I'm putting it on face value on what the lab said and what the player explained. So I can't be arguing. You are arguing
He nyam a
on what
cake. Listen, you got to
exactly.
understand what you said. He nyam a
Uh,
cake and failed a drugs test, and he wasn't in
oh,
Amsterdam.
it wasn't a cake. It's a bun. It's a bun. The
A
seeds.
bun, a
It's
cake, same thing.
this. It's not the same thing. A cake is a cake and a bun is a bun because there's no seeds on the cake. I want to paint you a picture of this, like a proper, like almost like
A
a
bun,
burger roll, a
a bun,
burger
right?
roll
A
with the
burger bun with
yes,
seeds on,
Okay.
and it's got opium
yes,
on the top of it, and that's why he passed it. That's why he failed the test.
Mr. B. I'm telling you, I'm gonna come on the show next time
Yeah, I
with a
need to do
Yeah,
very
you,
research.
yeah, you
Give us
need to
more
give me
yes.
that
information.
information.
Who's the
I
player?
will. Let me find the player. Let me find
Okay.
him. We can go on. Let me
Because
exactly.
this is a bit of a investigation. Mr. B investigates.
Mr. B is like,
I really want to know
man.
if this is true. And was it for
Yes.
recreational drugs or was it for performance enhancing drugs? These seeds.
It was
Because I
for
want to get some
performance.
to
They came
improve
out
my
as
performance.
performance. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Should we?
Gary, I tell you what,
A poppy seeds banned in this country now. Then
you
Yeah.
better find you better find that. You
It's a
better
bit
find
funny.
that.
It's like when you get caught for drugs. Look at Conor Benn at the moment. He got slapped with an egg by Chris Eubank Jr. the other day, didn't he? Because he made an excuse that the reason why he was tested positive is because he had so many eggs in his system or something like that, which is kind of lame. But
are you joking?
everyone comes up with some sort of excuse. But what did Pogba say? Did he make an excuse? Are we saying Pogba said something to justify why he was tested positive, or did he accept that he willingly took performance enhancing drugs? Interested.
They wasn't my poppy seeds, officer.
Shut down Wenzel's or Greg's. Oh dear.
Look,
Look, it's been said. All right, a few guys have said this that poppy seeds contain opium. opiates and all that.
Yeah,
kind
but then they wouldn't have them on a bun.
exactly.
But they don't know that. Like I mean, not every bakery is designed to save players, Mr. B. Come on.
Well, don't eat from there then. Why did he go Greg's? What bakery did he go to? One side one. That's what I'm
This is
saying. For him
exactly,
to,
that's what I was explaining. It's hard for you to keep track of every little thing. You could be, how many times have you been with your child and then before you know it, you stuffed something in your mouth? Here, test my sweet daddy. Boom, boom, boom. But these things happen. You know, you're out with your missus on a night out. You have some starters, some buns. You don't know. You know, these things happen. You can't keep track of everything you eat to know what's in it. What is that? So these things happen. We need to save grace sometimes to some players. It's not like everyone is out to try and cheat in a way. You know,
What do you
Mr. B
guys
is not
think?
having it.
It's like when I used to. I remember I used to go to coffee shops in Amsterdam and used to get the old chocolate brownies. Used to come out of there. I was all over the place. Don't know what they put in them.
exactly right. There you go, Steve. Poppy seeds. It's the seeds from the top of the bun that they put on it. That's what I'm saying. It's I can't.
You know what, Cammy, you got to come back and defend yourself. And with
Yeah.
I am coming back with evidence. I'm defending myself.
Yes, you need to. You need to, because right now you're done. Right now you're finished, Cammy. Man's coming with high cakes and they're not cakes. Sorry, they're buns. They're buns. Sorry, they're not cakes. They're buns.
What you see professional football in Premier League, especially, you see sometimes players taking a sniff of something or taking a pill. You see this live. They're not really hiding it, aren't they? So there's some stuff that they're allowed to take to give you a kick, maybe a caffeine pill or something like that. And all these little things. Do you remember they used to have the little Vieira used to wear like Vicks or something on his nose, on his shirt.
Robbie Fowler used to have the old plaster over his.
I mean, everything with technology.
In Sweden, we have. I think it's not. You know, it's not sold in the UK. You know, snus. No. So snus is nicotine, a nicotine patch that you insert under your gum, just like in between your gum. Exactly. And it's very common now in the Premier League. There's even a thesis and there's a lot of documentaries about it. But it's more a Scandinavic thing because it's
so
like.
What does that do? What does that give you?
It's a nicotine. Boost? Yeah, but the nicotine obviously gives you that nicotine rush. So most players, when you notice in the Premier League, are ordering these things from Sweden and Denmark because those are the biggest suppliers of snus, and then shipped into the UK. It's a common thing in the Premier League now that almost all the players are putting it in their mouth. It's snus. It's basically nicotine patches.
And it's legal.
It's legal. It's legal. It's nicotine patches. It's super legal. Wow. They just don't sell it in the UK. So you find that the suppliers are the Scandinavic players. And it was a thing about 3 years ago, actually, about how popular it's become in the Premier League. So I'm surprised you didn't catch it. Yeah, but it's very common now.
Ahmed, he's saying, sorry for the interruption, but do you guys think Ahmad will be back?
You're so polite. First things first, Farzan. You don't need to apologize. You're not interrupting. We're here to chat. So let's get it right. Thank you for your comment. Brenna, you don't need to. No, man, he's so polite. I love people with manners. You got good brought upsy, man. You got good brought upsy. Don't stress it, bruv. You don't have to apologize for the interruption. We hope he'll be back. I hope he's back for the semi.
Welcome to Noah as well. He's speaking up everyone on the show. Double A saying here, just a few slices of multi-seeded bread. And yeah, it looks like Ahmad will be coming back to answer your question, Mr. Ahmed. Hopefully, and yeah, we've missed him, haven't we? He's been a revelation this year. This has been his coming out season, and he's really performed. I mean, his numbers are really good. Even still now, he's up there.
I know it's embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah, most definitely. But Ahmad's one for the future, definitely. I mean, there's no thought of selling him, is there?
No, don't be silly. No. He's proved his point.
Okay, well, he's back in training apparently. Jarlo's saying he's back in a month or so. We're in April now. A month will be the end of the season, so hopefully he'll be back with us soon. All right, guys, we've done an hour and a half. 20 people in the chat. Thanks for tuning in today. It's been an interesting show. We've gone round the houses talking about things, made allegations and about poppy seeds and burger buns and Greg's and all this kind of thing. But yeah, I'm sure. Look, here's some backup. Retro saying Schnush, big in Scandinavia, better without the diapers. But what the hell am I drinking? I don't know.
Without the diapers, is that nappies?
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, with that dappies. Oh no, he's talking about like because there's a loose one, where it's just the tobacco itself, and then there's one that's packed into like little bags. I think that's what it means, like better with that. Yeah.
Okay, so
I will show you snooze next time I have a show. I'll get a pack and then just try and show you.
Cool. I'm really interested to know what this is. Big up to Dave Allen as well. This is your mate, isn't it, Stuart? So Dave does merchandise, and he's able to. He was doing coasters and mugs and everything for the Man United agenda at one point when it was all the rage. But it looks like everyone stopped drinking tea and coffee. They're going for buns and all that now. So maybe we can start eating buns again. Follow the Yellow Brick Road says we deserve better. By the way, today's my birthday, everyone. Big up,
Happy birthday, Noah.
Happy birthday to you. Is that Anthony you got there? Whose picture is that?
Is that -9?
No, it doesn't look like it.
No, that's Martinez.
Is that a Man United shirt?
Yeah, that's Martinez.
Yeah.
Is that
how small is your screen if you can't see the team viewer shirt?
Yeah, it's Martinez, I think, with the blonde. Yeah.
Okay. Weezer Bear, welcome back. I haven't seen you for ages. Welcome back, man. It's a great show. Thank you, guys. And happy birthday, obviously, to Noah. Retro77, he said yes. The loose one, thank you. Nice to see you as well. Stuart Marshall, you're back. I mean, what's your plans? What for tickets wise? Because I think you've got a few away games left in this. So are you picking any games to go to, home games this season? I can't hear you.
You're on mute.
You're mute.
Can't hear you.
But you know what? He hasn't muted his mic though. You know. Right.
Hello.
Now.
Hello.
Right now.
No.
Maybe he should come in. I think he should come out and come in because of the sometimes the browser rejects your microphone. Huh?
Tell him in sign. Definitely, yeah, your mic's gone, Stuart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go out and come back in.
How's it going, Canny? What's the situation with you in the game next week? I mean, you've got time to watch it? Are you going to be off work? Are you going to be with the missus and getting the Chinese or get some drinks in?
Yeah, I'm sort out my box wine, set it up. I'll be ready. I'll be ready. 2 glasses in before the first game so that I can just like analyze it properly. And I don't know if there'll be a watch along, but it'll be interesting. I want to jump on definitely. But I'm not missing it at all for nothing.
Stuart, what home game are you going to?
Hopefully, excuse me, I think I'm going to Villa last game of the season. And I'm not sure on West Ham yet, but it's been a long, hard season. I'm working virtually 6-7 days a week now, so it's pretty hard for me, to be honest.
What about the home leg of the Atletico?
Yeah, I'll be at that one. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I'll be there.
All right, and tomorrow I'm not around, Mr. B. So
yeah, I'll be on for a waffle tomorrow. I've been I don't feel like I've been on this week, so yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. Tomorrow.
So 9 o'clock, Mr. B.
You know, but hit the notification, bro. You know, I'm like, sometimes I sleep and I don't even wake up when the show's supposed to be on. So just hit your notification, bro. But don't, bro. It'll be 9-ish. It might be 10, but 9-ish. Yeah.
So guys, keep an eye out for your notifications. Canny, just give us a shout out again because it's a pleasure to have you on once again. But just give us a shout out and just tell us where you're at because I don't think people realize. I was saying to the guys a couple of weeks ago, no, Canny lives in America. But just give us a little background about your thing and where people can find you as well.
But yeah, no, I'm in Sweden actually though. So, but people can find me at Overhead Kick TV. I've been slow in applying content, but There's a lot coming. I'm excited to be with you guys here. I love it here. So I think that's what's even slowing my progress elsewhere. But no. But I enjoy it here, and just a humble guy that loves football. You can find me on United Agenda. So yeah, and hopefully we can go on and get the first leg under the bag.
Yeah,
I feel it. I feel it's coming, and yeah, I'm very positive about the game, against Atletico Bilbao.
brilliant. Stuart, I mean, you're part of the family here as well, but just give a little summary of how people can find you if they want to find you, and about your adventures going up and down the M through the M5.
I don't do much. I go on Instagram quite a lot. I'm on there as Red Devil Stew 75. I'm on Facebook, but I don't do nothing else. I got banned from Twitter years ago, so I've never gone back on there. Bloody Liverpool fans. But yeah, I just work, keep myself to myself with my missus, and watch United. That's it. That's my life. Got me dogs, same as you, Yabba.
Yeah. Do you guys have dogs, Mr. B, Caddy? Do you have dogs at all?
My girlfriend has 2 cats. I used to have a dog growing up, actually, Bruno, and you know that old buddy, yeah, not the boxer. Yeah, I see that one. I caught you now. Yeah,
That's a breed.
So that's the breed. Yeah. So after that, I haven't had a pet. So I'm kind of like a stepfather to the cats. So that's fair enough for me. They're pretty decent, calm cats, and just the hassle of having pets in Europe for me. I can't really, like, I can't be picking up dog poo in the streets. No, not for me.
Welcome to our world. Is that the reason you don't
Walk around with plastic, you know that?
Yeah.
Because
That's
I'll
At
be
least you're
very,
doing
I'll
it.
be
At least it's done.
exactly. That's why I
least
know
it's being
myself.
done.
Because I'll be like, bro, let's go. You just took a dump. Let's run.
Hey, it's funny that because when I was growing up, it seemed like no one used to pick up. You walk around the street.
There
and
was
have to
dog
pick
shit
up
everywhere.
dog
Yeah.
poo. No one used to pick
Yeah.
up their poos back in the day.
Yeah.
And do you know the worst part was when you was on the plane on the picture on a Sunday morning, it was covered in the stuff.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's true. So thank God for these doggy bags, you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mr. B,
There you go. Yeah, Joe.
You
Yeah,
heard us. You talking about me?
Talking
that
about
was
me, Dad.
code for doggy something or whatever. Wait, stop your noise. Stop your noise. All right, Mr. B, just quickly, why don't you like dogs? What is your issue with dogs?
I got bitten.
Okay.
I got bitten a long time ago. But I'm
It's
sure
your
I didn't like them before, so that just made me not like them ever again. I don't do pets for anything with fluff. I have anything with fur on. I have no interest in them.
Better than humans, Mr. B.
Yes, they are.
Well, yeah,
And they Yabba.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, it's time for Lack a Notch. You know the drill, guys. I'm starting off. It's Lack a Notch from me. Thanks for everybody.
Lack a notch from me.
It's like a notch for me.
And it's a lack of notch from me.
See you tomorrow.